Hi, it's an excellent news for India and Indian currency. What is it about? Indian currency is going to be accepted as international currency. It's going to be traded now in 18 currencies. As India, we are going to trade in our own rupee with 18 countries that has agreed to have the transaction in Indian rupee instead of US dollar or euro. That's a great news. Another 20 countries, totally 30 countries have agreed to transact with India in Indian rupee only, and hence what is the impact, how it is going to be, and then from where to which place we moved, we will be seeing now in this video. It is going to dethrone a dollar. That is a big news. So we have agreed to open, like RBI has agreed to open 60 rupee Vastro accounts. 18 nations as of now going to trade in rupee. Take rupee and spend abroad with the digital transactions. So how it will be like? You don't need to convert that into dollar or other euro or GBP. You can take rupee and then use digital transactions abroad. So great news, isn't it? 90% of the transactions currently in US dollar. 60% of the trade is happening in US dollar across the globe now. But bank has collapsed in US. You are all aware. Dollar as currency is losing its own sheen. LIBOR may be replaced by MIBOR. LIBOR is in London Interbank Offer Rate. MIBOR is Mumbai Interbank Offer Rate. Coming back to this rupee Vastro account, you must be knowing Nostro account, which is very common. Nostro account is opening, having their account with you. Vastro is your account with them. So meaning you will be opening a rupee account there and you are allowing the other banks to open and then transact in your own rupee. Like for example, there is an exporter in India exporting it to foreign currency, and also an importer importing from foreign nation. So you need to settle in their currency when you are transacting like this. Instead, an importer in India, that is exporter in abroad in these 30 countries, will be accepting our own rupee. So this is exactly what is going to happen. So you, as a trader, as a businessman, you don't have currency risk. You don't lose in the conversion of the currencies. Strong international trade should grow for this to materialize. RBI like regulatory authority should be there who can regulate foreign currencies separately. In case we need to have this fruition, Reserve Bank of India, it's my view, Reserve Bank of India, I don't know whether it will be in a position to have total monitoring of this. If there is a separate entity like how SEBI is formed for taking care of the mutual funds, we can have a separate foreign currency monitoring authority to take care of these kind of transactions. Full convertibility of the rupee has to be, it has to come. We are in right track because the economy is growing. And then 30th July 2022, trade in rupee, we reduced US dollar reserve and increased the euro reserve. So we are balancing as a country, keeping the foreign exchange reserve in equal basis on both these currencies. Memorandum of understanding with 12 more countries have been arrived at, that is 30 countries to trade with in the rupee currency itself, in INR. It enters IMF basket of tradable currency if the currency number of countries accepting rupee touches 40. So we have 10 more countries to go, then IMF, International Monetary Fund, will accept rupee as internationally tradable currency. Currently we are importing 2 lakh of gold, and overall gold is 50%, overall gold which is available in the world, 50% of it is available in India, mainly in temples and in homes. We have requisite gold to make rupee international currency, because you are aware that always currencies are printed and then kept based on the gold reserves available. So we have sufficient gold reserves to take care of that. not so many takers of dollars, euro is catching up now, and euro is also having equal demand in the market. Our exports are touching close to 750 billion US dollar as per the report which has come. We are top 5 exporting countries. When trade in rupee happens, buying will happen in India with rupees, because when trade is in rupees happening, the exporter from abroad will have rupee in his account. Naturally, he will be buying from India only, so the export also takes place. So any import supported by rupee transaction increases the export as well. GCC has initiated free trade agreement in rupee. Like gold trade in rupee is now the norm of the day. Germany, Singapore, Italy agreed rupee trading also now. World is saying rupee is new dollar now. It's not in India alone. The world is saying rupee is new dollar now. That day is very soon. We have increased exports with Make in India concept. By 2026, our exports will be doubled, especially through electronics exports. Rupee will be the strongest currency in the world. Past 8 years, our exports were close to $300 billion only. It didn't increase much, but then it has touched $450, and then close to 750 is the latest information that has come in, which will get doubled in 2026. India's import should be controlled. We are importing a lot. That needs control. The population in India should support the nation's initiative by buying only the Indian products. Currencies like US dollar, euro, yen, Japanese yen and GBP, to lesser extent Chinese yuan, can claim to be global currency as of now. The latest report suggests that India has made tremendous progress towards giving rupee the same status as internationally acceptable trade currency. Opening of 60 special rupee Vastro account is the key in 18 countries, including Russia and Sri Lanka, has been authorized by Reserve Bank of India in order to facilitate smooth operation of international trade in Indian rupee. To settle payments in Indian rupee, according to Ministry of State for Finance, this is facilitated. Out of 18 nations, Russia is more vociferous for promoting the local currency as part of de-dollarization. India promotes rupee to increase its own exports. The list of countries which has accepted to trade in Indian currency, Indian rupee, are UK, Malaysia, Russia, Singapore, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Botswana, Israel, Fiji, Oman, Germany, Kenya, Guyana, Mauritius, Seychelles, Tanzania and Uganda. Now, what is special about this special rupee Vastro account, which is called SRBA, special rupee Vastro account? Cross-border commercial trade in Indian rupee that can be allowed. New system for exports and imports. Money from this Vastro account will be taken out and credited to the regular account of an Indian exporter. So when he exports, same currency can be from that account transferred. Also, Indian importer to pay in rupee alone to the foreign seller. This is a big boon actually for the importer. Holders of SRBA, that is special rupee Vastro account, are permitted to invest their surplus in Indian government securities. This will also increase the foreign investments in the form of Indian rupee in Indian companies supported by the government securities. RBI is offering this opportunity to help spread awareness about the new system. List of banks that received RBI's permission. Mainly I'll give you 3 major banks that are allowed to open this special rupee Vastro account are SBER Bank, VTB Bank and Gazprom Bank. These are 3 top Russian banks that are allowed to have this Vastro rupee account. So my dear friends, we are heading towards a new horizon, never thought of that Indian rupee will be considered as internationally accepted tradable currency, dethroning the might of dollar and GBPs and euros. If this rupee also comes into play, then huge risk of foreign exchange reserves that is being kept in the coffers of the government will come down, and Indian rupee will become tradable. Exports and imports will smoothen, and then India will become a definitely economic superpower in the coming years to come. Thank you very much for patiently watching. Give your views in the description column. Subscribe to my channel Rupee Vibes. Bye bye.